All right. I think we should be good to go on the recording. Hi, everyone. Those of you here, welcome. I am Tyler Hoffman. I'm a project strategist here at Stellar Blue Technologies. We're actually going to keep this pretty informal today. So I'm going to go around the room and just let everyone introduce themselves. And then basically throughout this, if you guys have questions, feel free to bring it up right away. Don't wait till the end. Like I said, we want to keep this really casual and help you guys out as much as we possibly can. So that said, I'll let, if we want to jump over, maybe Nate would like to introduce himself.
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Nate. I'm a growth specialist here at Stellar Blue Technologies. Handle a lot of the online marketing, digital side, and the growth and automation side of the business.
Awesome, thanks, Nate. Jim,
you're up, sir. Hello, I'm managing director here at Stellar Blue. I kind of make the day-to-day activities go, and yeah, just make sure everything's flowing nicely around here.
Awesome. All right. If we want, I think we can get things kicked off right away. Like I said, I will be monitoring chat. So anyone who has questions, feel free to chat that and I will bring it up. I think we're going to start things off. Nate, are you going to be the one kicking this off?
No, I'll take it right away here. First of all,
sounds good. I know we'll be sharing some screens here. So
thanks for taking the morning and joining us here. What we wanted to do, like Tyler said, was just make this really casual. We just want to make this more of a chat. We do a lot of discussions with a lot of our clients and just folks in general about automation and websites and all that digital marketing that goes on. And I was talking to a client the other day and I thought, you know, we should just have a webinar doing this because we do this a lot. So what we wanted to do today is just kind of go over what we do here at Stellar Blue from the automation piece of this. We do a lot of things at Stellar Blue. Let me share my screen a little bit. I'll just introduce you to Stellar Blue real quick so you guys can see what we're doing. But we're a digital marketing firm here in the Valley. We're global. We have businesses all over the world. But we have 6 very distinct divisions here at Stellar Blue. Programming, which we can do portals and algorithms and things like that. We have multimedia, which is our drones, our videography, our content creation, one of our big content creation pieces. Design, we do custom designs, logos, things like that, as well as websites. Marketing, this is the elements that we're in today, talking about social media, marketing, Facebook, Google, SEO. That's what that department really does here at Stellar Blue, is really helps our clients get positioned online using all those extra tools. And then of course we build custom websites. We've been doing that for 17 years. We would consider ourselves very good at website creation. To be honest with you, we're exceptional at website creation. We have an awesome team here that really knows how to build websites and make them work. And we'll get into that in a little bit. And then of course, over the top of all these other topics, we also have a big analytic department here that measures all of these other topics that are going on to make sure they're performing at our clients' needs and our customers' needs. I'm sure as clients of Stellar Blue, we have a lot of analytic meetups with you, and we virtually go through the numbers and really look at the goals of what we're trying to accomplish. And we're going to get much deeper into that. But as far as Stellar Blue goes, we're very distinct. We have 6 really strong pillars here at Stellar Blue that we work hard at being the best at. But the real thing I want to do here is go through some of our processes and automations. And the first thing I want to show you guys is this methodology that we use here at Stellar Blue. And I'll let you read this a little bit, but what we try to do it with all our projects and mainly our website projects we consider our core. Out of all the digital marketing that we're going to show you and do, you need a strong website. You don't need a large website, but you need a strong website, something that is very distinct and getting to your product or your service or whatever you're promoting out there. Your website needs to be able to drive through that. Again, it doesn't need a ton of pages, but there's certain elements in there that is going to help your website perform. So you need this core product. And let me just go through this real quick. When we come in and build a website, I don't know if Lisa's in here yet or not, but I know she was going to join us. And we just finished up Lisa's website over at CMD. We went through this process with them, and it really starts with the discovery block. You want to make sure that and the strategy block, you want to make sure with your website that you're creating something that meets your goals. What are you trying to sell? Are you trying to get people to buy a product? Are you trying to get people to contact you? Or are you trying to create an event or have people come to an event? All internet products have to have a strategy. You're just putting something out there, you're wasting time. But along with that strategy, then you have to make sure that if you're building an e-commerce platform, for instance, that your hosting and security meet the needs of that. If you're building a service website, is your hosting and security meeting the webs of that? Those are two very distinct, different ways of hosting and securing a website that Stellar Blue will take care of, but it's very important to the base of your website. And then as we build out that base, what does the content look like? It really starts becoming about the content. And you're going to hear us use the word content about 4,000 times in the next 45 minutes, because content is really what you need out on the internet to to advertise, to get your product out there, to get people seeing you and wanting to engage with you and trusting that you're able to provide the products that you're advertising you are. And along with that is SEO. Are the search engines following or finding you? Are those tools on the internet built that they can read your website? Is your website indexed properly? There's a lot of pieces that go into the SEO of a website, but it's critically important that you know what a meta title is, and you know what the search engine terms are that your website is being searched for or should be searched for, and use those to your needs. So that bottom tier right there is huge from a structural standpoint. And then once we have those bottom three, now we can start building up on all the other aspects of it, which is the fluidity of the site. Is it a pretty site? Is it getting people to where you want to go? And then we get over here to the interactive elements, and the, do you need e-commerce? Do you need a calendar if you're having events, or you're a chamber? Do you need a calendar event? So there's a lot of pieces that stack up on top of the base of a website. And then of course you have the analytics way up on top that measures everything below that, and everything below, all 5 boxes below, should be analyzed by your analytics. So we're going to get into a lot of these topics, but I wanted to show you this is the core right now of what you need as somebody, as a business out on the internet. You need to focus, we need to help you focus on these 6 components of a strong website. So that's the start of it. From here, let's start talking about results. Let's start talking about some content. Let's start talking about how we get people to this awesome website that you now have. First of all, Google should be performing well, which is helping your analytics and your site visitors. But we also need to start adding digital advertising. And in this world, in this pandemic, the chances of you being able to network or get engaged on a social level, person to person, is very difficult. So honestly, internet marketing, digital marketing in the last 10 months has become crucial to the advances and your ability to gain clients and sell your products online. So finding the tools and learning how to use the tools out on the internet to attract your business is becoming even more greater than it was in the past. So the last couple months, we here at Stellar Blue really refocused our energies on what we're going to do from a digital marketing standpoint, from a digital advertising standpoint. So we came up with another methodology. Over the top of this beautiful website now, we've come up with a plan that helps people manage the advertising of that. And it's pretty simple, but let me just go through this a little bit. What we want to do is create the what, why, and how. The what, why, and how are really the core of what you are as a business, what your website is, and how you do business. And the what is, who are you? What are you? Not necessarily what you're selling, but who are you? Why should I trust you? Why should I buy from you? What are you doing out there that makes me want to buy from you, that makes me want to trust you. So you need to build up a brand awareness. You don't even need to talk about products. At this point, talk about yourself. Talk about why you created the business. Talk about why you want to sell those t-shirts. Tell people why you want to sell those lures. It might take a small video. It might take you going out on Facebook, holding up your phone and creating a small video that says, here's who I am, here's who the business is, and why should you buy from me? And you really need to consider that from the beginning of what this is about. You need to use or really make people want to trust you. And that's a campaign, that's a process in itself. But really consider opening up your personality. They don't need to know your kids' names, but they should know why you started the business and why you donated to here or why you're going to this class. It's going to help people engage with you. You've got to get down on those personal levels. And now that the world has become digital, it's a lot more difficult than going into a chamber event and shaking hands and saying, here's who I am. You have to create that personality through the use of digital tools, AKA video. Usually video is the best way to go about it. Just letting people see your day-to-day activity is a big deal. So consider that right out of the chute. When you're creating your marketing, consider right away who we are or what we do. All right. Next one is become the expert. Okay. The social engagement piece, the how. The how is literally the how for us is something like we're sitting in right now. These webinars are the how. I've explained a little bit about who Stellar Blue is. I went to the website. You've gotten to know us through just a lot of different engagements prior to this. So you know what Stellar Blue is about, but now it's about teaching and helping people understand what you're selling and why it's important in their life. And that's a lot of what this is right now, to be honest with you. It's us showing you our tools, our abilities, and how we go about our day-to-day helping our clients make money online. And that is our how. That's what we strive to do on a daily basis, is come up with ways to help our clients make money online or be engaged online or find people that come to your website. That's really what we do here. And for us to have classes or for us to shoot out emails or put posts out on Facebook about knowledge stuff. Did you know? Did you know is really the how and explaining what that is. And then of course, the last piece of it is the what did we sell? What is the product? Why are we selling it? Hey, we sell websites. This is the price. This is it. Hey, we're selling t-shirts today, 2 for 1. It's more about the promotion of the product and what that product is. So it's really the why, who we are. Then you go to the how, what we do, how we're doing it. And then the what is the product itself. So keep that in mind as we move forward here. I think that's, for us, everything we do here at Stellar Blue, when we talk to our clients and when we talk about our own personal or marketing campaigns, are those 3 pillars, or we say here at Stellar Blue, the buckets. Why? Why are we here? What are we doing with that? How? What do we do here that makes clients want to work with us? And what are those products? And if you can focus on those 3 buckets, it makes your life in building out campaigns and literally advertising in any aspect worthwhile. And as a side note, this doesn't even have to be about advertising. This could literally be about your own personal life too. It's a good way to go about things of, letting people get to know you, teach people what you do, and then help them. And the what is the help. So, all right, I wanted to get through those 3 pieces because those are the mythology pieces of Stellar Blue and how we go about thinking about each project that we come up with. So now I want to introduce a little more of the actual to-dos that we do here at Stellar Blue. And I want to bring Nate in. And what we do here at Stellar Blue is we create pieces called landing pages. So when we build out all the advertising campaign, we not only have a big, beautiful website that they're going to come to eventually. Let me get out to our website. Come to this website, because this is the core. Everything we do is going to drive people here, and we measure off of this. But now when we run campaigns, we will run specific campaigns within. We'll go kind of around the horn. We'll run a campaign for programming, one for multimedia, one for design, one for market, and around we go. And each of these contains this. So you're going to see kind of as we go along here how this website becomes pillar. We have pillar pages or landing pages specific to these divisions. So Nate, I'm going to stop sharing for a little bit and get a drink of water because I've been talking like straight here. And I want to have you kind of show some of those landing pages that, well, before we even start those landing pages, Nate, can you show them the content calendar that begins the landing pages so we're able to see really where the process starts? So let me back that up a little bit for everybody in here. We have a content calendar that we go around and we will place, okay, this week we're going to advertise this. This week we're going to talk about design. This week we're going to talk about marketing, and around we go. But we have these content calendars put out there so we can plan ahead, because what you'll see is it starts becoming all content. So Nate, I'm going to let you go out there and show us a couple of those landing pages that you create specific to our divisions here at Stellar Blue.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just get my screen here. Okay, so first things first, Jim had mentioned our content calendar, and although it looks a little wide open in this view, if we go down to the weekly view, you're going to start to see, well, these are the planned emails that we have. These are the planned social posts. This is when I need to have content created by for specific for my other pieces. And this is really kind of how we plan out our week, our month, maybe even our quarter. Sure. At some point. Obviously, the further out that you get, the easier it's going to be for you. And I think one of the things it's really important to focus on is the overwhelming thought of creating content. It's one of those pieces that you think about all the time that you have to spend on creating this content. Well, just start doing it, and make yourself a calendar, and do one a week, one a month, over a period of time, and that amount of content will snowball, and you'll have a lot of content. Really just kind of get yourself in a routine of, okay, well, this is what I want to do this week, or once every 2 weeks, and kind of build from there. But this is, I think the first tip that we can give you is put it on a calendar. Get a calendar together, whether that's using Google Calendar like we do, whether it's using another application. I think Toby Knows is one that I saw actually on Facebook through an advert last night. There are a bunch of them out there, but just make sure that you have yourself organized, and that you're moving forward with the content creation part of it. And I'm going to swap over to.
So as you can see, where Nate was showing us, each week has a theme. So when we get into our weekly meetings, we break each week down and talk about, okay, where are we here? Where are we here? And pretty soon it's like, hey, we need more events, okay, or more campaigns. What should we do? And then we're always spawning off of that. So as Nate was saying, we're already built out into the mid-February here, knowing what we're going to be advertising. So I agree. Tip number one is definitely get yourself organized from what you want to promote, what the content looks like.
Have a calendar and just start doing it.
Just start doing it.
Just take the dive. Just take the jump. Yeah. So the landing pages have actually been really the progression of the landing pages. You might be able to see a little bit as we kind of walk through these. But this is one of the more popular ones that we had in recent history. And again, because it's talking more about the virtual events, it's a very topical subject. So what we did is we just went out and created a really short guide, and we're using this form here for a submission, or for the gated content. So people are coming in there, and in order to get this virtual event guide, they have to fill out this form. Well, when they fill that form out, they go into our audience database, and then we can, further retarget them or work them through the funnel. So by submitting this form, they're basically raising their hand saying, yes, I'm interested, I want to learn more. And then we, have other flows that are in place to actually work them all the way through the funnel. Nurturing aspect, customer nurturing, and creating a customer journey of sorts. And we'll get into that a little bit in a little bit more detail later, but you can see we have a little bit, this one's really copy heavy, really kind of like a blog post. So we incorporated our gated content with a blog post, and even the cybersecurity, very similar. But like I was saying, there has been a progression here where, we started, and it was more so, let's just get something out there and see how it works and see what it does. And then we started adding in video, then we started adding in Facebook. So it's snowballed, and we have seen a very good, a very good increase in the activity, and even in the awareness of what Stellar Blue does, for a lot of these. But the most recent one that we put out was our 2021 marketing trends, and you can see that this is a shockingly different landing page.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at it, we have the form is whittled down to just one required field, giving us enough information to actually get them into our audience database, and being able to target them a little bit. And there's some legal pieces that we could talk about down the road, maybe later today, but with like the double opt-in and everything. But again, we want, one of the biggest pieces, or one of the things that we need from the individuals coming to our site, we need them to give us something, so that we can get them into our audience and work them through the funnel, and give them the opportunity to tell us, yes, I want to know more, or no, I guess I really don't want, I'm not really that interested in what you're having to say, and unsubscribing from our list. But again, you can see this landing page, very, very simple. We've got our header image. This is all gated content. So if you find this page or you receive this email, you're going to come to this landing page to fill out the form. A nice little copy block here, not too crazy. And then we go all the way down to the bottom. One of the things that I wanted to test with this was, the overall length of this page compared to like some of our other landing pages. You can see that this one's quite a bit longer, and we're starting to see, or using a tool called Hotjar, we're actually able to record individuals' interactions with these landing pages, so we can tell how far down the page they're getting, what elements they're clicking on, are they filling out the form, and basically, testing user experience on these so that we can optimize these landing pages towards the end result.
Hey, Nate, do you want to take a second and just show us a little bit of Hotjar? That's a pretty cool tool that plays right into this. I don't know if you got it teed up or not, but let the attendees here kind of see what we do from a measuring off of that. Because Nate's right. We probably got 20 landing pages out there, templates that we have that we're experimenting with and monitoring and seeing what's working. There's a little stat out there that is daunting, first of all, but true in many ways, and that's 90% of everything you create out on the internet from an advertising standpoint isn't going to be viewed, isn't going to be used. You need to find that 10%, and the only way to really find that 10% is keep mixing it up, and then gravitate to the numbers that show, hey, this is what's working for you. So think about that. Don't just put something out there and think it's going to work. Put 10 things out there and one of them is going to work, is really the way it works.
Absolutely. So this is the heat mapping aspect of the piece of Hotjar. And what this does is it takes a screenshot of your landing page, and it'll kind of give you an idea of where people are clicking. So like these targets right here, we can see that 11 people that have come to this, their next step is to go to the about, so learn more about us, or they're looking at what our expertise is. We also noticed from our homepage that our work section gets a ton of activity as well too. But you can see there have been a few clicks in here since the tracking started or was created. And one of the things that I like to see is, again, how far down this page are we getting people? So you can see that we're only getting about 17 or even 10% of the individual actually make it down to the bottom third of the page, which is great considering that the length of this page is not very long. So everybody is getting all of the information that we put out about this topic, or they're taking that and they're digesting it. Whereas if we went to another one of our heat maps, there's the virtual events. This was one of our longer pages. You can see that we do get more individuals that come down to the bottom of this page.
Wow.
And we strategically place these videos here to try to entice them down the page.
Mm-hmm.
But I think our goal, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, is we want to get at least 50% of users 50% down the page.
That's our goal. Right. Just as a simple methodology.
And you can even make that goal, you want 50% of people to make it, 75% down the page if you wanted to. But again, it's really kind of creating what's called a tripwire or gated content, and putting in a landing page or whatever the promotion is, trying to take the traffic that you're getting and have them give you some sort of information, get them into your funnel, and then from there you can use the other tools within marketing automation to work them through that process.
Now, Nate, stop me if I'm wrong, because we have had this discussion that e-marketing, email marketing is by far the best way to go about getting that personality and getting that one-on-one together. So all these things that we're creating here is to get folks to sign up for something, so then we can have them in our email system and shoot them out regular why, how, what content.
Yeah, and to some extent, email marketing itself is going to be the digital marketing channel that provides you the largest return on your investment. It's the largest return on ad spend. So if you're in e-commerce, if you're sending out promotional emails or sales emails, or automating an abandoned cart email, or sending out birthday and anniversary notifications or coupons, then obviously you're going to expect that to be coming back through your email channel. Mm-hmm. But I think from what I've read is the industry standard, or not the standard, but the average return on investment for email marketing is a 12-to-1. Right. Which is much higher than what you're going to find with like Facebook ads,
right,
or Google ads.
So our conversion off all this is getting somebody to give us their email address is really our goal with all this that everybody's seeing. So when you see our fill out the form in the top 5% of the website or the landing page, this is why, because we know we can only get you so far down that page, and we want our please sign up for something way up there on top. So that's when you look at our landing pages, you'll see that there's a lot of content below that, but our goal is to have everybody see that, okay, here's where you should sign up here. Don't wait till the end of the page, get them right away, and then put the rest of the content, the who, what, or the why, how, what's below that. So
and it's very similar in terms of like an e-commerce website, where if you get somebody to your site, you want to put product in front of them as quickly as possible, because that's what your end goal is. You want to make a sale. Mm-hmm. Our end goal is basically we want to be talking with individuals and showing our expertise and building that authority. So we want to start with the base email. Right. And there are several different variations of how, like with audience building and automation and everything like that as well too. So I don't want to jump around too much, but yeah, you're right. Get them to the website, and put whatever your goal is in front of them as quickly as possible.
So now we sell services, so it's difficult for us. We don't have an actual product here. So that's why we have to manage that a little differently. But if you're selling a book or if you're selling t-shirts, well, you're driving people right to that page where they're going to be purchasing stuff. They don't need to fill out a form. They need to click buy now. So it's similar, but it's much more demanding. We don't soft sell through a product. You go right to the landing page. You know, you'll create the why, how, wow on that page, but there's going to be a lot of purchase power right there. So similar, but different with these landing pages. Landing pages could also be considered product pages if you are selling products. So think about it from that perspective. If you're selling lures and you want to drive people right to a certain lure, well, that would be a landing page.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Like, what's that strategy? What's that strategy look like?
Yeah, exactly. But the point is the conversion is on this landing page right here. Everything that we put together is going to be on this landing page. So, all right, Nate, now that we've kind of gone over what a landing page is and how we build them out and how we monitor them, let me take over the driving here a little bit. And I want to show folks how we go about creating Facebook campaigns around those landing pages and how, as a team, we build that out. So let me get back to sharing my screen here. Okay, so I'm right back to that document that we talked about earlier. And we have a real nice methodology as far as Facebook advertising goes. And not just Facebook. It can be LinkedIn, it can be Pinterest, it can be Snapchat, it can be any social platform. But we like to come in with something called a 3x3 grid funnel campaign. And the title of that, and the reason we do that is, like I said earlier, you have 10% of everything you put out there is going to get traction and get people back to that landing page or get people to buy your product. So we come in with a 3x3. We want to create 9 pieces of content at one time. They don't need to be big. They can be, and I'll show you in a little bit what we've got, but there's 9 pieces of content that go into a campaign for us on Facebook or any social platform. And we do video, but I'll say it again, we do all kinds of stuff. But think about that now as I show you forward, that one's the awareness bucket, one's the engagement bucket, and one's the conversion bucket, the why, how, what. But there's 3 pieces of content trailing with that, because we know all these aren't going to be successful. So we're going to let the folks judge which one we want to advertise the most. So let me pop out the Facebook here real quick. Oh, let me go out to the ad manager. Where are you? Here you go. Okay, so here's our Facebook ad manager. And now Nate, I don't have my calendar open, but you all saw earlier how we create weekly ideas or campaigns. And you're going to see over here, let me blow this up just a bit.
You're going to have to swap your screen there too, Jim.
What do you mean? Oh, really? Okay, good. Oh yeah, good call. Let me redo that. Yeah, you're right. Let me get this one. Can you see me now? Is it up?
Yeah, it looks good.
I got it now. Now I got it. Now you should be able to see it, right? Okay. So these are, if you look over here in these campaign names mirror what we had on that calendar earlier. So every week we come out with a 3x3 ad campaign. Nate and the team, they create 9 pieces of content. Let me start out with, I'll just show you some of the content we've created. This was a website analytics. Using our analytic division over here, we created this ad campaign for that. These have been running a while, so you'll see some of them are turned off. But inside here is where we'll build that out. Let me see if I can get to the ad itself. That's what I want to do. Just want to show you guys what the ads look like a little bit. Oopsie, hold on. There we go. So you can see there's 3 different ads right there, but this is the one that's still running. We'll talk more about turning off later. But you'll see these are just regular Facebook ads. They're just JPEGs is really what these are. There's nothing special about this. It's just that our creative team and our design team came up with this look using Canva, using all the design tools that we can to create something interesting, to create something professional. But it's just a basic ad. There's not a lot there to go off of. So we created 9 of those things. We literally created 9 that look similar, but have different expertises or different tips or tricks. Thinking about mainly, if I get back to this thing, the engagement, who we are, or why we do what we do, how we do it, and what we are and what we sell. That's really what those are all based on. So I wanted to go through, so you'll see that there's 9 pieces of content right there. What we will do in a 3x3 is we'll come out right away. Let me show you, let me get back to my campaigns here. This one just went out a couple days ago. Marketing automation was our theme last week here at Stellar Blue. So I came in here last week and our team had already created 9 little snippets of advertising for us. Inside of Facebook, we created the one campaign, marketing automation. Inside of marketing automation, we created those 3 buckets, why, how, what. Inside of each of those are those 3 ads. We're totally mirroring this thing right here with that ad set up. So this ad is all set up with that 3x3 campaign going on. Now, when we go out and create the ads, we put the budget at $1 a day. At $1 a day, we're measuring 9 pieces of content based on marketing automation. Very inexpensive. We're basically spending about $20 a week that first week to figure out which of these ads is going to be in that 10% category. And we can guess, we can try to guess, but we never hit it. You never really know which of the 9 is going to start taking off. So by using this 3x3 and putting 9 pieces of content out at a really low number, we're starting to let the Facebook algorithm and the Facebook viewers decide for us what ads are going to be the most popular. So as you can see, this ad just went out last week. There's 9 pieces of content going on. Here's an ad, this marketing tips, that went out the week prior. So what we did we do this once every Wednesday or Thursday. We come in here and do this. We have it very scheduled, very cyclical of at this day, this is what we're going to do. So last week, the week prior to this, we put these all out. We put 9 pieces of content out. We put them at all $1 a day. Week number 2, we come in here and we increase the budget to $5 a day. But you're going to see when we get in here, some of these ads have been turned off because they weren't performing right. They were the least performing of the 9. So on every week, I'll turn off 3 ads and we're constantly narrowing down which ads are performing and then increasing the budget to get those ads more Facebook time or more newsline or newsfeed time. So that's basically what we do here at Stellar Blue. And all these ads are driving to those landing pages that Nate was showing you earlier. And you'll just see a progression of that. So this one is in week 2. It's up to $5 a day. There's 3 ads turned off. This one over here, the week before that, we were talking about logo tips. We were in our design world. And you'll see these now, they're in their 3rd week. They're up to $10 a day that we're spending on these. And mind you, you don't have to go all the way to 10. Our philosophy here from a budgeting spend is $1, $5, 10, 20, and we go at that. But if you want to start smaller and say, hey, $1, $2, $3, you're not going to get a big reach, but you are going to get this process working the same way, just at a much smaller level. You're not as many people will see it, but you're not going to spend as much either. So you can play with that budget to whatever fits your needs. You can be at $1,000. You know, you're talking Coca-Cola, they're spending $5,000 a day on one of these ads. So to justify the ad, that's up to you. By starting at $1, that gives you all the freedom in the world to build up from that. But we have clients that will go $1, $3, $5, or 1, 2, 3, depending on where they want to start. And eventually you'll build up the dollar amount as you learn these systems, but it's a really, really inexpensive way to get these algorithms and to get your landing pages and get that whole flow figured out without spending thousands and thousands of dollars and making all these mistakes along the way, or knowing that, geez, I'm spending thousands of dollars and 90% of this is just junk. That's a hard pill to swallow. So by doing the $1, $5, $10 philosophy, you're not spending as much money and you're still gaining that knowledge of, hey, which of these ads is in that 10% category. And we build up like that right through this process. You'll see every one of these goes up. This one's been out there 4 weeks. This one's at $20 a day, but one whole ad set is turned off. And behind here, there's only one ad running behind these. So they're selectively being turned off. And selectively, we're gaining the knowledge of which of these is working the best. The one that we've got running right now is up to $20 a day over here. Whoops, is up to, I'm sorry, up to $30 a day right here. But we know this one was the best ad that we ran out of all 9. This one, for some reason, not even sure why, this one took off and had the most conversions. It might have been somebody commented on this just randomly, but because they commented on it, Google's algorithm said, hey, people like this, let's accelerate that ad. Because I shouldn't say Google, Facebook algorithm picks that up and says, hey, people like this content, let's show it to more people. And Facebook is in the business of showing, not only Facebook, but all those platforms are in the business of taking the best content and matching it with the people that are going to want to see that content. Their algorithms are constantly trying to match content and viewers. And our goal from the marketing end is to create enough content that Google says, or Facebook says, yep, this is really pertinent. People are interested. Okay, let's show it to more people. Let's show it to more people. And when you hear that word trend, that's what happens. All of a sudden, people are watching a guy on a skateboard drinking cranberry juice. Makes no sense, but all of a sudden, people are seeing that the algorithm picks it up and it gets bigger and bigger. And pretty soon, you've got a tornado of activity. And that's where the trending comes in. And that's what these ads really are set up to do, is find which one of them is going to trend out the most and which one is going to be used the most. So now that we know this one ad out of the 9 is performing, well, we spend like crazy on it. Now we know we've got one that hit 10%. And so this thing might get to $50 a day. We don't know yet until we keep monitoring these numbers down here and watching the conversion rates, because you can see over here, there's all kinds of data that we can follow along with to see how the ad's performing, how much we spent on it, and what the value of these ads are. So not only are we comparing one campaign ad, we get to a point where you're watching the numbers so close that you're able to see, let me get back to the front of this. You're able to see which of the campaigns is working the best. And we know our cybersecurity one has far outperformed any of the other ones. So as we cycle back through, we know our next campaigns are already being kind of dictated to us because of all this activity going on. So this is a really simple way. This is a really simple way to get into the marketing and the advertising, digital advertising. And if you have any other questions or want us to manage this, we have teams of people that help manage our clients through this process. We're selling books, we're selling grills, we're selling a lot of things through this process. And it's very simple. Just got ourselves in a methodology and a lot of step throughs that are very organized that keep us moving forward and reading the data. So Nate, what I'd like to do now is turn this back over to you. I just wanted to kind of offshoot this here. We got a couple minutes left. But this is one of the big ways we bring people to those landing pages is through our digital advertising campaigns using minimal dollars. I mean, we're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 ad campaigns here right now. And for the whole month, we've only spent $1,000. You can see right down here, we've only spent $1,000 and we're gaining so much knowledge in finding out which of these ads is really in that 10%. So, and $1,000 isn't, it can be $500. It can be $100 if you want it to be, but at least you're learning. So Nate, without further ado, I want to turn this over to you and kind of show if you can show people how we use Google now and analytics from your perspective to drive people to those landing pages and monitor. We know from the Facebook side of life that 23 people from this marketing tips campaign got to that landing page that you showed us. The logo tips, we had 135 that left Facebook and got to that page. So let's turn it over to you again, and you kind of show us how you're using that tool. And let's talk a little bit, just briefly here, about Active Campaign and how you then, with all this, are able to push back out. Okay? Can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So we just use analytics to it's our source of reference, right? So anything that comes through analytics, we assume that is true. So what we're using analytics for is we're cross-referencing the data that we get from Facebook to Google Analytics and trying to figure out, and we do the same thing with our email marketing too. So all the emails that we send out, we have specific tracking codes or specific URLs that are created so that Google Analytics will pick it up and we'll be able to cross-reference our data that we're getting in one tool and putting in another. But because we only have like a few minutes left, and I do want to save some time for questions. I really want to jump deeper into the marketing automation side of things through Active Campaign. So first things first, as we have kind of mentioned and we talked through, we need to have a solid foundation in our website. Once you have that solid foundation in the website, then you need to start driving traffic to it. When you start driving traffic to it, that's going to help you rank from an SEO perspective. You're going to keep an eye on all of the other SEO optimizations. But when somebody comes to the website when you're driving traffic, somebody comes to the website and they're giving you information. Where is that information being stored? What are you doing with it? There's GDPR to worry about. And as you can probably tell, we use a number of different tools, a number of different platforms. How do we mold all of that together to make the platforms work hand in hand? So the biggest thing, or one of the things that I guess we use Active Campaign for, is really our audience database. So we have our CRM, our sales system, our sales CRM set up in here. We've got all of our contact information in here. So if we want to run an email marketing campaign, we can segment everything down. We can get really granular with who we target with that specific campaign. So from a marketing agency perspective, if we have a campaign that's strictly for dentists or strictly for chiropractors or plumbers or landscapers, we can come through our list of individuals here and segment all of that out and put the right message in front of the right person at the right time. And that's a big key, right? And if you haven't gone to our 2021's marketing trends yet and downloaded that guide, I would really, really recommend it. There are a lot of pieces in there that talk about creating a personalized journey. And I've seen a lot of chatter on a lot of the blogs or the publications that I'm looking at right now about the personalized journeys, or creating personalized customer journeys and understanding your customer better. And that's what this audience database and the CRM and email marketing database does. And that's really kind of it will be a big push in 2021 from an SEO perspective, is creating that personalized journey. But again, download those trends. There are a ton of really awesome things in there. And one thing that I really wanted to point out, to be as proactive as possible, 2022 seems to be, or will be, the year that cookieless tracking is implemented. Google has already started working on that with Chrome. There's not a whole lot of information yet as to how that's going to impact any of the marketing efforts as we going forward. But basically, cookieless tracking is getting rid of third-party data. So you're not going to be able to use third-party data in your marketing, which makes having an audience database or a sales CRM that much more important, because all of the individuals that are coming to your site when we're implementing the Facebook tag, the Google Analytics tag, like that's all first party data. That information will then be used to basically market to individuals. So when we make that switch over to cookieless tracking, and I would suggest doing as much research as possible throughout this year to be ready for that, be as proactive as possible. Building your list and utilizing that list is going to be much more important when that happens. The other thing that I did want to mention really, really quickly is I mentioned that we have a bunch of different platforms, and how do we make them all work together and play nicely, basically. So if I have somebody that comes to Facebook and I'm doing a lead form on Facebook, which is the form that you fill out without actually leaving Facebook, I can take that information and through this platform, or maybe through the Zapier platform, I can create automation where that information is then input into my CRM, and I can start building out that customer journey for that specific individual, or just storing that information, and they'll start receiving the emails that we send out. Zapier is a good one. There's a bunch of other marketing automation, like affordable marketing automation platforms out there. I would again say Zapier is probably the one that offers the most benefit, the most integrations, do some research on that. I'm sure that they've got quite a few competitors. G2, I think, is the overarching digital platform analyzer. So they've got reviews on different. So when we were looking at HubSpot alternatives, I went to G2 and found out what was second, third, or fourth in like our CRM. And this is the ActiveCampaign was the one that we landed on. So really good ideas there. And then within this, because this is an email marketing system, and we can talk about email marketing in another, and I think we even have that scheduled for another webinar. We do. Like in through here, I can come in and create an automation for, like I was mentioning, abandoned carts, birthday and anniversary coupon. Depending on if an individual hits a specific page of the website, like I can have something keyed up and ready to go for when that happens. So if they get to a specific page and if they add something to their cart, it's just a cart reminder or different things like that. We have all of these different recipes, they call them, for automations that you can do to create that personalized customer journey.
And that's, like you said, Nate, that's a webinar in itself once we get down to the workflows. But all of our emails that you folks see or we send out are in this process and are on a timer, basically, to say, okay, it's Thursday, what gets sent out? Or this person reacted this way, they get another email because they reacted that way. And that you get down into the depths, like Nate was saying, of what gets pushed back out to those clients or those people that are interested in our services or our products, and how do we continue to help their buying experience a good experience, and how do we continue to gain their trust? Well, it's through these processes that the automation of it, you don't even have, once they're set up, they manage themselves. You don't have to manage that forward. So when somebody signs up for, when we come off of Facebook with all those 9 pieces of content, drive them to the landing page, then get them to sign up for that email. Like we said earlier, that email falls into the automation system. And from there, now we can manage that slowly forward or really monitor as well what those prospects look like and why are they buying, or did they buy? And if they bought, then hopefully we can show them some more. So if they bought this book, maybe they'll buy that book, or if they bought that grill, they might need these pellets or something like that to help that grill. So the list goes on and on from the marketing automation standpoint. So Tyler, I see we're just about out of time here because me and Nate could talk for another 4 or 5 hours. But just so everybody knows, we do have a bunch of these scheduled out now for the rest of 2021. We really want to help everybody, mainly our clients. Everybody in this meeting right here is part of our Stellar community, and we really want to show you folks on how we manage your accounts and how we manage your products and how we've modified, I guess, that's not the right word, but adapted, I guess, to this new world of digital marketing and digital advertising, and how every one of our clients can take your product, no matter what that is, and fit it into these methodologies that we showed. So great. So yeah, Tyler, I don't know if you want to take some questions yet, but we can continue.
Yeah, if you guys want, what I'll do is, feel free to chat us up or just unmute yourself. I think I unmuted everyone. If you'd like, you have your control to ask any questions right now. Otherwise, I'll also put our strategy email in the chat right now, just to everyone. Feel free to reach out anytime, and that actually goes to our whole team. So we're happy to respond to any additional questions that come up after the fact.
One thing we have a hard time here at Stellar Blue doing, and we've had this problem for 17 years, is we're very geeky. We're very, algorithms. We're talking different types of platforms. So if some of this didn't make sense, or you want more information to hear more about W2 and things like that, let us know. We're constantly trying to put the terminology into ways that you guys can understand and make sense of these tools that we show you. So we hope we weren't too geeked out today, but if you do have questions, absolutely ask us. We're here. Great. And I'll say one more time, we're going to have a lot more of these through the rest of this year, and we'll be reaching out to let you know when those are as well. So great. Okay. Well,
no problem. Thanks for joining us, Jessica.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Jackie, thanks, guys.
Everybody, appreciate your time this morning. And Rich, I see, made it too. Hey, Rich, glad you made it too. And Mike's here too. Beautiful. So thank you guys for all hanging out with us this morning. We'll definitely be here if you need more. Okay?
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.
See you guys.
Have a great day.
Oh, Tyler, we have 4 chats here real quick. Oh, those are all from you, sir.
No? I think I just sent off our email too. So anyone who has questions can.
Yeah. Jessica, we'll send you one of those flow charts. We'll be talking to you and Lisa here shortly. We'll send you some of that information. Okay.
For sure.
Take care, everybody.
Cool.
See you
next
next
time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks much. Bye.